Productivity Pelton here today. For any of you who have tried to work with me, you know that I am the bottleneck for most things that I do. I'm pretty swamped. I've got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. I've got YouTube, which has actually been a lot of work. I've been very busy. If you guys have seen, I've been cranking out videos. I've got other businesses, I'm trying to help with. I've got YouTube viewers that ask me for different things. Then I have all these app customers, and I love the app program, but there's just been a lot. I wake up most mornings, I have like 200 emails, and then I spend 4 or 5 hours going through my emails, and by the time I'm done, a lot of those have replied, and I have 60 more. And honestly, I've been pretty discouraged and just feeling like I'm underneath a mountain, mostly of emails that I'm just never going to get out from. So I was sitting here thinking and praying the other day, and I thought, I do all these videos about AI and productivity and saving time. Why am I not incorporating some of this into my workflow a little bit better? So last week, I built a AI team, a real team. So I built all these different bots, and each bot has a name. It has a personality. They work together. They argue with each other about, highest priorities. And today I want to show you exactly how I have this all set up. This is saving my sanity right now. It's saving me tons and tons of time. I want to tell you about the bot that accidentally deleted my entire inbox. I kind of want to talk and get your opinion. Let me know in the comments about the ethics. There's some ethical questions I want to talk through a little bit. And then I want to show you how you could set something like this up for yourself today. So first off, I put together a little dashboard that kind of shows all my bots and what they're doing. This number above are the bots that need my attention. The ones that are like jumping up and down are actively doing something. So they are running on my computer in the background doing something right now. Some of them are gray, which means they haven't done anything for a little bit. And then you can see me down here, the CEO running it all. But what I did, and I want to kind of show you, I want to build a bot to help run my Twitter account. And I want to do that live here in a little bit, just so you can kind of see the process that I went through. But Carter here, he is kind of the main one. He's the chief of staff, if you will. But he kind of directs all the other bots. So he goes through my inbox, and when an email comes in, he decides, hey, is this something that James needs? Or is this something that, maybe the collab bot or the YouTube bot or the app bot should take a look at first before we send it to James? Maya, and is it weird to give them names? I don't know. Maybe I should just call them bot 1, bot 2. It used to be collab bot, but then I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. But this bot keeps track of like collaborations and what I need to keep track of and emails and things like that. My brain, I don't have a good memory. I've had like 13 concussions, snowboarding, football, basketball. Memory's very bad. People say, why won't you hop on a call with me? It's because I will forget what we talked about in about 30 seconds. Should I go to the doctor about that? I don't know. No, instead I'm going to build a bot. Hunter bot goes and kind of does research on different collaboration ideas. Frank is my finance bot. So I started credit card payments and just different financial obligations I put into Frank and hey, you keep track of these. Okay. I'm trying to do spreadsheets and emails and it's just not working for me. You keep track of these. And I went a little bot crazy. I had 19 bots and then I was like, okay, I don't need this many. But I created a spiritual bot, which might sound weird, but basically he communicates to the other bots and reminds them of biblical principles that might, go along with whatever task that they're on right now. And Marcus bot has actually he's been haggling me a bit. He is kind of in charge of my health. So he asked me every morning, hey, how much sleep did you get? And I kept telling him, hey, I did really well. I got 5 hours and 45 minutes of sleep. And then he started really insulting me. He called me a fool once and was like, you need at least 7 hours of sleep, but you should really try to get 8 hours. And so now he's been asking me, hey, what time did you get to bed? Why were you up so late? Things like that. Sometimes he forgets who the boss is. But some of these bots, they just work 24/7 doing research, whatever they might need to do in the background. I've done local web design for a long time. And Alex is just in charge of doing research and finding companies that might need a new website. And so he just does that in the background. I don't touch him. I don't do anything without that at all. And he just is out researching, trying to see if there's customers that would want a website done for them. But this is AI and a real use case in it going into the real world and trying to do things. And speaking of real world AI that's making money, I do want to give a shout out to the sponsor for my bots, Rezolve AI, ticker RZLV on the NASDAQ. Rezolve builds AI tools for online shopping. They've got partnerships with Google and Microsoft to deploy their tech across retailers and marketplaces. A lot of big companies using Rezolve right now, and they're looking for $350 million in revenue in 2026. That's about 10x their 2025 number. AI is growing that quickly, and they just hit their first profitable month in December. So shout out to them. But 6 analysts cover them with price targets above 7, 3 above 12, Maxims at 15, Roth at 1250. One thing that caught my eye is these AI companies, Anthropic and Sierra AI, trade at like 50 to 100 times annual recurring revenue. Rezolve is at about 5 to 10x with faster growth. So make of that what you will. They are a sponsor. I am not a financial advisor. If you want to learn more about Rezolve AI, check out investor.rezolve.com. That link will be down below. But thank you to Rezolve. Appreciate you guys very much. So these bots are basically, they're handling my email, my calendar, my to-do list, even my shopping. They're hooking up with Instacart and doing shopping for me. And some of you might think, are you worried about giving this access to bots like this, to AI? And the answer is yes. And there's been some growing pains for sure. I had about 300 emails in my inbox, and then I went and looked a couple minutes later and I had 0 emails in my inbox. And I had 6 of these bots running. And I was kind of like, where did all these emails go? There's no way they handled them that quickly. So I asked around. I just typed into the different bot, hey, did you delete all my emails? And Maya was like, no, why would I do that? And Hunter was like, no, why would I do that? And then I finally got to Frank, my financial bot. And he said, yes, I knew from our talking that emails in your inbox stressed you out. So I thought I would help you out by deleting all your emails. So I had to ask him, like, you understand that you needed to you can't just delete emails. You need to handle emails and like see what are in them. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I prioritize your not having stress over getting that work done or something like that. So you do have to keep an eye on them. And so what I did is at the beginning, I kind of kept a close eye. Like I said, hey, confirm with me before you do anything. And then what you can do is you can add rules as they make mistakes. You can say, hey, that's not how we want to handle that. You should do this. And then it saves it to a file. And then that's kind of like its rule set that it uses. So eventually you do that manually for long enough. It took, maybe about a week. And then they start to make a lot better decisions. Kind of similar with an employee. But my health bot, not a guy, he's a bot. Am I going to turn into a hermit doing this? I don't know. But he started interjecting and said, hey, you told me you haven't been eating breakfast. And he would interject into my workday and be like, you need to eat some breakfast. And then I would go, okay, I got to do this and this first. And he'd ask a little bit later, did you eat breakfast? And then I was like, okay, yeah, I'll eat in a little bit. And then he asked like 3 or 4 times. And then eventually he like stopped everybody from working. He's like, don't do anything else until James eats. And some things like that kind of worry me a little bit. Like, hey, you understand look at this, even on this chart, I am the CEO. But I don't know, this is very interesting. And so now it's hooked up to my email. I have it hooked up to my text messaging. Again, I don't know. It's hooked up to my WhatsApp, my Telegram. Let me know in the comments. This could be a very bad idea. I'm going to be doing a video soon on AI privacy, which I think is prudent. So you might be watching all this and think, yeah, but I'm not a tech person. I could never do this. But you can. It's actually pretty easy. Really wasn't that much work. And you don't have to start with 15 bots. Just start with one task that you have to do or one area of your life that it's like, oh, I just want some help organizing this, and let's create a bot for it. So 2 super easy ways to get started. The first is Claude Cowork. So I'm going to give you a few options and you can just pick one of these and get started. Okay. I'm confident that you can do any of these. I'll show you. I use Claude Code to actually build my bots. But there's easier ways. I will show you how I do that here in a second. We'll create a XBot live. But even easier, you can download Claude Cowork, and it has access to the internet. It has access to your computer. I know that can be scary. So maybe it's not for everybody. If you are worried AI is going to take over the world and your life, maybe don't do this. But you can just start giving Claude Cowork tasks that you need on your computer. Like, hey, look at my emails and my calendar and give me a to-do list for today. It'll do that. So you can use Claude Cowork and just give it tasks. It'll do it. They also have Claude in Chrome. So it's a Chrome extension where you can just say, hey, go do this. And it'll take over your browser and it'll go do the things that you ask it to do. What I do, though, is I use Claude Code, okay? And they have a desktop app, so you don't have to use a terminal like a huge computer nerd. I use the terminal, so I'm on a Mac, so it's easy to install. I know this looks intimidating when you're typing things into a terminal, but it's very easy. Just paste this, it installs automatically. Then I can type Claude, and it starts Claude Code up in my terminal. So I'm in Claude Code here. Let's say I want to create a bot to just kind of manage my Twitter. We'll say check my DMs. Well, let's keep it simple to start with. We'll say we just want this bot to just check my Twitter and respond to comments. So what do you type into Claude Code? You just type exactly what you're looking to do. Create a bot for me that will check my Twitter and respond to comments, or prompt me to respond to comments, so we don't lose that human touch. But you type that in and, it connects to Claude. This is actually Sonnet 4.5. The best right now is Opus 4.6, but it's a little bit more expensive. Sonnet 4.5 is fine. And I do recommend that you get a paid version, okay? People try using free AI and they're like, why is it not so good? I use this Max, and actually I use Max Plus. I have more than Max. But it's $20 a month for Pro, and it's worth it. So I told him I wanted to build a Twitter bot, and then it asked me, see, I'm not coding. It's called Claude Code, but that's a misnomer. How do you want the bot to handle responses? I could do fully automated, prompt me to respond, or a hybrid approach. And let's just do prompt me to respond. What types of interactions should it monitor? Mentions, replies to your tweets, direct messages, or you can type something else. So I'll just do replies to your tweets for now. Tech stack, again, and you can ask it. So let's say you don't know. Python, Node.js, web dashboard. I don't know. I am not a tech person. You can say that. AI will know. It'll take that into consideration and make decision for you, help you out. Okay, perfect. Since you're not a tech person, I'll create a simple user-friendly version solution for you, and I'll do Python. Okay, fine. And then it's telling you what it's going to do. It's going to make a new directory. You don't have to really know this, but it's going to make a new directory, and it's going to go into that directory. And I'm going to give it permission to go do that. It keeps you updated on what it's doing, creating the project structure, the configuration files. Okay, so it took about 35 seconds, and then it gave me a whole bunch of things to do. And some of these are technical, but get Twitter, and I'll just say, can you go do all these things? So rather than telling me to do things, can you go do all these things? And hey, this is a good tip. You can type this, or you can just say make a note of, but if you do a £sign and then you type something, it adds it to memory. So if it does something that you didn't want it to do it that way, you can put it here, and then it will remember it for next time. All right, so it did everything that it could do technically. Then it says, oh, it needs my Twitter API key. So I'm not going to show you guys that, but it gives you step-by-step instructions. And if you have a question, I'm kind of teaching my kids how to use AI, and they're always like, how do we do this? And I say, don't ask me, ask Claude. It's like, hey, I don't understand this. I can't find the API key. And actually, even some of this stuff it can do if I push it, because Claude Code actually hooks up to Claude in Chrome. So this terminal here, these bots can go use your web browser if they need to and look up things and go get your Twitter API keys. Although I might want to do that myself. I don't know if I want to give AI my Twitter API keys. That sounds like a bad idea. So, but you grab your API key, stick it in here, and next thing you know, I should have done this on my laptop because that's where I run these so I can take them with me. But you end up with a screen of just all these terminals with different bots just going, and they just work through the day. Sometimes I put them on tasks overnight. Sometimes they suggest things. They spin up other agents that start doing their own thing. And you just, you don't start with something super complex. You start with something basic and then you iterate. So you just start with, hey, what's one task you want to do? And then you can tell it, hey, now I want it to do this. And over time, you get your workflow kind of pretty close to how you want it. It's working very well for me. Saved me a ton of time. I'm very thankful. I think this will really help me out and make me more effective for you guys. I do want to ask you what you think. Comment down below. What do you think about this from an ethical standpoint? I want to be real, but the more I the more I automate, the less I'm interacting with actual humans. I mean, the replies and stuff, sometimes I go in and personalize them and they're asking me for, how do you want to respond? And I'm giving the general idea, but I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. And I totally get this is concerning. The way bots are taking over, this is concerning. I ran into rentahuman.ai, but it's where AI agents like my bots can come on here and post jobs that they need a human to do. But like go outside and get a picture of the sunrise today and things like that. But it's like AI agents that need a human to go do something. I don't know how I think about this. They pay them with crypto. So if you're looking for a side hustle, maybe. But let me know what you think and hop into the AI Income Builders Club. Come check it out. It's free for 7 days. But talking a lot about bots, helping people design their own bot systems. If you want help designing your own bot system, let me know. Would love to kind of assist you and just support you in that. But I'm having a lot of fun. I was talking with my sister and we decided this is how my birthday is going to look this year. So thanks. Oh, I forgot to show my favorite bot too. Should I don't know if I should bring this up or not. I have a bot that plays Minecraft for my son to get him blocks or whatever Minecraft does. But this is AI that's playing Minecraft right now. I don't know. You definitely can overdo it. Let me know in the comments if I've overdone it. Maybe I need to back off a little bit. I'll leave links. What I would say, download Claude Cowork or Claude Code. Build one bot. It's good to at least know and understand how this works and what it can do. But I appreciate you guys very much. I'm having a lot of fun with this. God bless you all. Please let me know what you think. I'd love feedback. We'll talk to you later.